So, to kickstart this session, we are going to be talking about these little red things. Tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato. So, I went to the shop one day and the lady there said to me, "Do you want these tomato?" So me, being me, said, "Excuse me, it's not tomato, it is tomato." She said, "No, tomato." I said, "No, tomato is English, not tomato." So she said to me, "Well, in our India, in our Indian English, we call it tomato." So guys, if you want to learn Indian English, which is Hinglish, then you're in the wrong place, because Nima teaches English, British English. So she says tomato. American would say tomato. I teach English, not Hinglish. Okay? So if you want to learn correctly spoken, error-free British English, then stay connected. And don't forget to press the... Okay, so before we move on, for those of you wondering who I am Mima from the Pandemics team in England, and we are broadcasting live from England. Yes, you heard right, not India. We are broadcasting live from England, which is in the United Kingdom. So these are baby plum tomatoes. That's why they are small. Okay, so what I would like to explore with you guys today is this notion that having extensive vocabulary, that means knowing lots of big words or lots of words, will improve your fluency in the English language. So what they're saying is if you know lots of words, that will mean you're great at English. No, you see, I think that is rather misleading. It's a misleading notion to believe. Okay, what you need to focus on is the absolute basics. Okay, you need to know the basics, the foundations, which is constructing good, strong, solid sentences. There's no point in knowing all these words. What are you going to do with all the words? Make a kichara? No, focus and concentrate on constructing, building good, solid sentences that are grammatically correct and make sense. Okay, so no disrespect, India. During my time working with many native Indians, I found the amount of vocabulary they use vast. They use so many big words. And do you know something? Occasionally I encountered words that I've never come across. So they've learnt so many words, so many amazing words. However, the basic foundation was lacking. So the sentences were being said ulta, pulta, wrong way round. So no, the most important thing is getting the absolute basics correct. So to illustrate this point, let me just share something with you. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen with you. So what I have here is an extract from a book. If you read this page, there's so many big words there, such extensive vocabulary, rich language. So if you look, there's a glossary there filled with words as well. So what I do for a living is I also do proofreading. So what is proofreading? Basically, that means I look over and check things like educational books, videos, correspondence. I just look over and check everything to make sure there's no errors, so no mistakes. So I check the grammar, the spelling, the sentence structure, etc., to make sure it is all corrected before it is published and before it goes live. Okay, so take a look at this. I was given this, and obviously the writer, the author, is a very smart person. They have such a huge knowledge, vast knowledge of the English language. They know so many words. Now, so all the highlighted sections that you can see is what I felt needed correcting. Okay, so it could be grammar, punctuation, spelling, etc. So let's take a closer look at this circled bit. It's a story about Mr. Sri Krishna. So Mr. Sri Krishna has gone somewhere and a cook has made some food which he doesn't like. So let's take a look. So Mr. Sri Krishna Devarya got very angry and asked, "Who cooked this food? Bring him here at once." So Ramakrishna presented a carpenter and told that he is the best carpenter in Vijayawada, I think it says. See, told is the wrong word there. It is grammatically incorrect to be there. So if you look at all the highlights, underlines, just because the author knows so many words, does that mean they are proficient in the language? You decide. You see, so it doesn't matter how many big words you know, unless the foundation is correct. You will never be great at English. Okay, so please focus on perfecting sentence construction, making sure that is right before trying to progress. What you basically do is you start with the foundations. Learning language is like the building process. You learn something, you build on that, you build on that. It's like scaffolding your knowledge. Okay, so you need to scaffold. You start with the foundation, then you scaffold your knowledge. So I have these here, building blocks, building blocks. So you need a foundation. So if your foundation is solid, it can hold lots of blocks. So like that, if your command for the English language, if your foundation, if your basics are absolutely solid, and then you can scaffold and develop, and that means it will come so natural to you because you have spent time, invested time on the absolute basics. That's what you need to do. So I attended a webinar the other day, and it was amazing because they told me about all the different games they play as a group with the buddy system. Now, part of their learning was learning new words every day, people saying wrong word. So now what I would suggest is I would rather you focus on sentence structure, getting the sentence structure right, so you're not saying words ulta sentences the wrong way round. Okay, so how about using this as a game that everybody in class, they have to say one simple sentence. Okay, that way you're actually consolidating your learning with sentence structure, which is so important. So it doesn't matter if you don't use lots of big words, use simple words, but focus on getting good, solid sentences. So, for example, you could start with sentences like, the cat sat on the mat, the hat is on my head, the door is open, the door is closed. Now, we then can progress to sentences like, this morning I had my breakfast late. Not today morning. I have heard so many native Indians saying, so today morning I will do X, Y, and Z. No, it's not today morning. It is this morning. You see, so it doesn't matter how much vocabulary you know. It doesn't matter how many big words you know, unless you have the foundation correct. It's not really that great, is it? So please focus on that. Now, what I would like to say is that you guys should be really pleased with yourself, because you guys, if you are watching my video, means You want to learn English. You are motivated. In my country, in the UK, we have so many people that have lived here for 20, 30 years, people of Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi heritage that have lived here for 20, 30 years, but they don't speak a word of English. Maybe tuta puta, broken English. Why? Because they're not interested. They don't want to learn. The fact that you guys are wanting to learn is amazing. Okay, so what we were looking at last week were pleasantries in British. So what I told you was about please, what I taught you. I'm speaking like my Indian friends now, not what I told you. What we talked about, what we spoke about was please and thank you. So what I forgot to say was, if somebody says a thank you, what do you say back? Mention not. It's not mention not. Would you say welcome? No. If somebody says a thank you to you, you respond by saying you're welcome. Okay? You're welcome, or you are very welcome. Okay? So, and then the other words, we looked at this word, neither, neither. So I asked you, how do we pronounce this word? So today, what I'm going to tell you is, well, is it either or is it either? So you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Okay, so what I want to stress on, what I want you all to take away from this short session is, please do not try to master the complexities of a language until you have mastered the basics, the foundation. Okay, make sure your foundation is correct and strong. Invest time in that, and then scaffold your learning. Okay, scaffold your learning and progress. Improve your fluency, improve your proficiency, and get super articulated. You know, you guys can do it. Why? It's not rocket science. It's learning a language. And guess what? You already have all done that. All of you speak a language. So it's not something that's new to you. You may be speaking Hindi, Tamil, Telugu. You all have a language. So it's pretty easy stuff. So what I will be doing in my future sessions is I will be exploring lots of different ways to try and progress your English, because we all have different learning styles. That means we all learn in different ways. So hence, we use different methods. So stay tuned and we will try to get you guys proficient with the English language. So thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please do like it, share it, and one thing before I go, if you do happen to encounter a new word, don't be afraid of it. Make a mental note of it, write it down, go home, Google it. All I'm saying is, don't try to make the Taj Mahal before you got the basics right. And if you're in the kitchen, learn to make dal first before you try to make shahi badam ke tukre. That's all. Okay, bye.